Yeah, and to talk about that, I mean, what was that like from a personal experience and even a professional experience? Because it did open up a lot of doors for you to get your first GI Joe book done, and then have the record and have that clout and have almost every GI Joe character ever on that
Yeah.
book. Because that's something that's very unique and very cool. And you said it perfectly. We're still talking about it today, 5 years out.
Yep. Um, I this sounds weird, but sometimes like you get so immersed in something that even though you're really passionate about it, and even though you really love what you're doing, at some point it just becomes a job. Which is strange because like obviously with the benefit of hindsight now, years later, I look back on it and I'm very proud of it and I'm very fond of it. But at that time, it's just trying to figure out how you're going to power through it and get it done. And so um, I try really hard to take opportunities and always find a way to parlay them into the next thing. I'm one of those people that if you crack the window, I'll find a way to blow the door down. So you just have to figure out that entry point. And I think for me, that was that. And so I really viewed that as this is my one and only opportunity. And you just got to kind of go big or go home. And so I did. And it really led to a lot of great things. I mean, I think that book still to this day is paying off in dividends in many ways. Because I met a lot of people that I'm still friends with through that. It led to, and that's how networking works. Those people go on to have other jobs, start their own companies. You end up working with them and meeting more people. And so, I almost can't even really tell you the full extent of what that did for me because it's just, it was like a miracle to come into my life at that time, the amount of stuff that came as a result of it. But I think even more than that, probably the best thing to come up for me was that it really endeared me to a lot of the GI Joe fandom, and I got to know a lot of them really well, and that's a really special thing for me too, because I am a fan, and I tell people this, and it sounds like some like like a fake humble brag or something. It's really not though. Like GI Joe Con in 2011 and 2012, I was in the audience as a fan. I paid to be there. GI Joe Con 2013, I'm on the stage talking about working on GI Joe. I mean, that's really how the transition happened, and so for me, it's just so cool to get to know those people. And I mean, if you go on any of the GI Joe Facebook groups, you'll see I'm still very regularly active in them. So it's just those opportunities to not only get to work on it further, but to get to know the fan base better. I think is really the greatest thing to come of it for me.